be live everywhere now. And we're gonna take this, we're gonna minimize that. We got here, we got this, we got that, we got the other thing. Okay, Wolf here, ready to make a game, hopefully in the next hour alone, or at least get it to prototype stage. Okay, the idea is it's going to basically be Minesweeper, but we will do it themed with our doggo. And we will be, where is this here? I'm gonna go with a half-talk game. But we will uncover bones. The goal will be to want to find the spots, and we will eventually allow TikTok integration. Okay, so we got that there. We got this here. I should see chats when they come. I can see what's going on up there. I can see what's going on here. Okay, we are good. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need some folders. Graphics. We're gonna need some prefabs. And we're gonna need some scripts. Okay. And let's see, I do use AI to help do things a lot, but let's see what it's going to guide me on. Okay, prefab sprite renders, box glider, tile, optional child, yeah, for the however that's later. Okay. Just a sprite is all it's really asking for. Alright, so we're going to add a 2D object. We're going to add a sprite. Add a square. And we're going to call this a tile. Comes with the render. We're going to add a box collider 2D. Yep. Okay. That's all. Yep. And we're going to add the script when we get there. Okay. And that's our tile that we're going to use. Yeah, prefab, I thought so. Okay, so we're going to make this a prefab by dropping it down in our folder. Now we have a prefab. Anything I do to one will happen to all of them. And I can delete that out of there. And we go over here to the scripts. All right, now, did this do what I wanted? Let's do a real quick check here. Handles grid creation, bone placement, hint, number of calculation, reveal logic. Okay, the board manager lets us pick some heights. Yep. We got a prefab. Yep. And then our tile controller, XY, okay. And a bool for big dig activated fall. Okay, that's a power up and we're gonna do that I talked about. Cone width, how it works. Hey, generate the board. Create the tiles. This is just a loop inside a loop to make the X by Y tiles. Place the bones. So then we can only hide the bones, except not hiding like a thing yet. So we'll see how that works out. And calculate hints, how many hints we should get based on the size and the placement of the bones. That works. Also, we don't have a spot saying how many hints are nearby, so let's see here. Tile controller, get neighbors. Oh, yep, that's important. Is inside. Couple is inside. Okay. Called by tile controller when clicked. On tile clicked. If that's active, we handle a big dig. Otherwise, normal reveal. Normal reveal. If tile revealed, return true. We can't do anything. We're already revealed. Otherwise, we're going to run reveal. We'll go look at that in a moment. If big dig stored and tile is hint number equals 0. So if it's a 0, reveal the 0 cluster. Okay, that's up. This looks like it's going to do everything I asked for. All right, nice. Okay, so we're going to copy. Let's go put it into action. What was it called? Board manager. Board manager. Saves me so much time on the writing. Reload. Why is direction mad? Because we have to add the tile controller script too. Right here. That's all. Tile has a bone, a hint number, reveal. Oh, that's good. Okay. Sprite renderer, board manager. Okay, copy that. We need a tile controller. Right click, create a tile controller. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay. Then over here, on the prefab, on the tile, we add a tile controller. Right? Why not? Tile controller. Tile controller. Tile controller. I get rid of the errors. Yes, no, maybe so. There we go. Okay. Errors are gone. Right click. Create empty. Board manager. I slap the board on. Yep. Then we go to the prefabs on the tile manager. We're gonna add tile controller. Has bone, hint number, revealed or not. Okay, nice. Board member. Okay, we take the tile prefab, we drop it in there, save everything, and then go double check that. That's what it wanted me to do. Okay, test right. Well, you can test right now. Okay, check the tiles, reveal numbers. It should fully functional prototype. Okay. So if I play, I should get a 10 by 10 of the tiles. I do. Nice. Where'd the board manager go? Is that why it's up there? I'm gonna do a little bit of math here. So if this board manager is there and all these are under the board, okay, why are they showing their global instead of their local positions? The board manager, let's put you at 0. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're going to put the board manager at 0, and then all the tiles are going to be Alright, so if it starts 0, 0 is the bottom left. So what we need to do is, if this was 10, 10, this needs to become -5, -5, right? Okay. So let's do that first, because then that makes it uh 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right there's the center. That's all center. Does that mean our camera's not center? Our camera is center. So if our camera is center, why is that not center? Our camera is at 0, 0. Board manager's at -5, -5. -4.5? That looks like it makes a little more sense. Then we come here. And for funsies, I'm going to delete this one. Where are you, sir? This one. This one. This one. If I come here and look, we see most of the board. So if I go to the camera, how do I make this? If I do 8, we got a lot more than the board, which is probably fine. 6. We definitely get the whole board. So the size of the camera. The size of the camera needs to be set to half the board size plus 1. Is that what would it always equal that? Let's test that. If I did, that's 10 by 10. Let's do 5 by 5. Thanks for the like, Stoned. Should probably see. I can't play music because certain places are not gonna like me sending music. But I don't have game volume or anything happening. I guess I could play my own music, but it's gonna be loud for some reason. Okay, real quick here. If I'm doing a 5 by 5, first off, let's do like 3. Hit play. The board manager, if it's gonna do a 5 by 5, needs to move itself let's see, half of 5 is 2.5 plus 0.5 would be -3. So -3, -3. That is not the center. -2? Did I go the wrong direction? It is. Okay, so -2.5 plus, oh yeah, subtraction minus negative system. That's how that works. Okay. So we back up half and then go back a half. Puts us back in the center. So that math is how that works out. But my next issue is I don't want it to be so far zoomed out all the time. Well, let's solve one problem at a time. So, when we generate the board, the first thing we do is let's float, because it could be a decimal point. Float new position equals 0. Yep. Actually, this should be its own function real quick. Let's do a void recenter. Call it that. We're just gonna go here. We're gonna call this recenter. Okay, so now when we go to generate the board, the first thing we do is we always recenter the board manager. Sam! Hi, it's just my little dev stream on Saturday, and my goal is to make a game real quick here. The idea is it's basically going to be Minesweeper, but with bones and my shadow character. And the goal is to actually find them, but with limited choice selection. So that way, gives you guys a chance to interact. Silly little game, that's all. Alright. Thanks. Also, I don't know what other social medias you hang around on. But real quick, nope, wrong button. Just to let you know, this is my schedule that I'm going to try and stick to. Thanks for that, Daily Harmony. Okay, but yeah, I'll try and throw TikTok on whenever I can, but my main streaming platforms and my backups on those days are where I'll be streaming. Because if I want to do certain things on certain days, TikTok's not always the primary audience. Thanks. Alright, let's see if I can pick the right one now. Is this where I want to be? This is where I want to be. Okay. Oh, I put a happy face in my code. I didn't know I could do that. Alright, so the idea I had earlier today was Minesweeper, except like I said, using my dog that I have. If you just look for, hey, it's Wulf anywhere, it's me. I went and secured it at almost everywhere. Anywhere you saw a symbol on that screen, I have it. But yes, so grid shows up, and I get only so many choices, okay? But here's the thing, is I want to make it where you guys can force certain choices, usually through TikTok gifting is how I do it, but you guys can force a selection on me to reveal one, or you can talk me into picking ones, and so like I'll unveil the tiles and try and find the bones. But you know how in like Minesweeper, when you hit a 0, it clears everywhere? That's a 0. It's not going to do that. So that way the choices are a little more strategic. However, there is the ability as a power-up to let either all that happen, like the 0 thing like normal, or a like cone-shaped wave in a specific direction. If there's no 0s found, type of deal. But yeah, so like right now it makes the tiles. Now I'm just trying to recenter the camera every time and all that. So the board manager, that's what I was programming right now, needs to recenter. So we have a float, offset, we'll call it offset, that works. We don't need to do an X or anything though. Equals, I can't see, sir, 0. Why is it mad? Just it's not used yet. Okay, it's yelling at me. I just barely made it. Okay. So now we need to get offset equals width. But when we get that width, if it was 10, we need to be -5. So we cut it in half. First we cut it in half, then we multiply it by -1. Okay, but we're also not done yet. And then we add 0.5. Then, yes, transform position equals the new vector 3 offset. Okay, so that should be it. That should work. See why I use AI? It's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just a lot faster to use AI. Thanks for the follow, Godzilla and Simba. All right. I didn't do it though. Did I not do it right? Let's try something bigger and see what happens. So always making it. First off, it's 0. Transform deposition on the board manager. Alright, so if I hit play, let's see what we get set to. Why? Generate the board. Figure this out. We're getting set. But then it's making the board. Okay, so we need to recenter. We're doing the recenter at the wrong time. Because we're recentering and then we're generating the tiles from where we are. We need to place bones, calculate hints, then recenter. Then we recenter. Oops, I left it running. Now it'll work. There we go. We're centered. 10 by 10 though is big. 5 by 5. Pretty much centered, right? Looks like we're off by that half though. We did the math the wrong direction because it should have been -2 by -2, right? So our add needs to be a subtract. Where is it? Recenter. I just wrote it. Minus. Save that. Where is it? Bone sweeper. Alright, so now it'll work. Should be perfectly centered. Sir. Do I not need to? Maybe I don't need to do this at all. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bow, wow, bow, bow, bow. Run with us. Yeah, that center. 8 by 8. Let's see what happens. Is that my problem? Is it even or odd type of situation that makes it on center? Yes. 9 by 9, that's going to make it centered. Uh, 7 by 7. Yeah. All right, so 2 choices. Make sure they're always odd. Or if it's even, also subtract a half. Right now we're just going to go forward with the even part. All right. Now the camera. The issue is the camera needs to have the correct zoom. So if the board says to be 5 by 5, and we hit run, we get centered. But the camera at a 5 is too far away. 2.5 is too close. So if we're at a 5, a 3 works, and that's because it's half plus a half. If the board is 7 by 7, half of 7 is 3.5, plus a half is 5, which is our default right now. That's not horrible. If our board was 9 by 9, and we hit play, that's too close. So it should be, half of 9 is 4.5. Plus half is 5, though. That should be enough. Let's see, we're going to want like 6. I'm confused. Half of 3, 1.5 plus a half was 2. That worked. 5. Half of 5 was 2.5 plus a half was 3, and that worked. Let's check these again. 7. When we built our 7, half of 7 is 3.5 plus a half would be 4. That fills the screen. And then if we did 9 by 9, it would be 5. That's the size we're already going to be. That like perfectly fills it. So that tells me there's a slow problem happening. But if we did 11 by 11, it'd be 5.5, so it'd be 6. That looks like we're slowly building off screen. Okay, so now ramp it up a bit, be a little ridiculous. If it was 21 by 21, half of that would be 10.5, plus half is 11. So if we set the camera even to 11 and hit play, we're going to have a bunch outside the play area, aren't we? Yeah, so it's slowly growing too wide. How do I resolve that? Alright, so this is why we use AI, because rather than sitting here and thinking about it for the longest time. Okay, we build the tiles just fine, but I want to make sure they stay centered. So I made a recenter function, and I call it at the end of generate tiles. Is that tiles? That works? I need to go grab it anyway. Generate board. Generate board. That works fine as well. But now I need to be sure the camera is set to size that will always include the entire board. I tried to set it to the board width 5x2 plus 0.5, and that works for the small end, but as the board grows, it starts to spread off the sides. How can we be sure we have the entire board every time with a little room at the top and bottom for information to the users? Here is my function for reference. Alright, and then rather than me sitting here banging my head off the table, okay, your recenter logic, yep. Board center at 0. That's perfect. Now the camera just needs to be sized to match. Nice. Oop. The camera uses orthographic size half the vertical, but the horizontal size depends on aspect ratio, horizontal tile sets. So if your board is wide, you need to ensure board width. Board is tall, board height, plus padding the UI. I now compute the average time. The camera size. This guarantees. So fit camera to board. We get half the height and the width. A little padding. Just as needed. Our aspect. Ooh. That's what I wasn't thinking of. See, this is why I need to know this stuff. Okay, copy. So the issue is that this isn't a perfect square, right? This is 9 by 10. And that's why it's stretching off slowly on the width, because it's not a perfect center I'm looking for. So we go back to the functions. We add a fit camera to board. And we do that after here. Padding. So instead of leaving it here, we're gonna call that something and set it there. Float camera padding. It knows where I'm going with this. Camera padding. So now I don't have to go in here and rewrite the code every time I want to test it. Now I can come over here, board manager. If I hit just to test one of the ones that are up high here. Boom. Okay, and that gives us a little bit of padding. That's a ridiculous map, though. I don't think we'll play that very often. But 10 by 10, I really don't want to do evens, but... Ooh. Yeah, because that makes it funky. I like... So 9 by 9. It's a nice respectable size to mess with little rounds with you guys. Try and find them all. Okay, that works. Alright. Alright. Okay, camera is working nicely now. Let's do the next step. No, I do not. I never take it off. Actually, what's funny is it says when I opened up TikTok today, it said if I stream today marks 20 qualifying weeks. I don't think it means I literally streamed every day. I think I have to stream so many days a week, but I don't think I've missed too many days either. But it says I have streamed for 28 weeks in a row. So, what's that? It's like roughly 196 days in a row. I think you can, it might be as low as like 3 days a week, but it could be as high as 5 that you have to stream to get a valid week. It only has to be like an hour each, but I've been doing like 3 to 5 hours each. Alright. Alright, so the camera's working. Recommended next steps. Direction selection system? I don't know if those are what I want now. Oh. It said I should be able to... Oh, wait. Before I ask it a dumb question, I should be able to reveal tiles and all that, but it's not. 7 months. Nice. Wait till you can rock that hoodie, too. Thanks for that, by the way. I feel like that was expensive. Ah, your mom's calling. Likely excuse. Alright. This is where we built the board manager. Here. Okay. I feel like I need to add click detection storing the data, revealing the placeholder visuals. It doesn't, though. Click the tile, reveal the number 0 or inbounds. Alright, what does the revealing technically look like? Okay. It was at the bottom almost. I'm not gonna read through all of it. Reveal, normal reveal. Reveal. If tile equals 0, reveal cluster 0 tile. Okay, it's not doing any of that though. I think it's because, like, how would it, tile controller. On mouse down. Always dig right down for now. Always dig right down. Okay, reveal. Look was true. If has bone, color red. Okay, so it should give me colors and stuff. And then give a hint number. But what's the hint number work? Oh, it's just gonna do it in the inspector. I gotcha. Play. Alright, let's see what this does real quick. This would be this one down here. See, I can't click things. Controller, yada yada yada. And then board manager on mouse down. Debug.log. Yep. Sir, I did the tab like you requested. Why are you not doing what you're asking to do? Alright, click tile, yada yada yada. Now, just to be sure, I don't think we're getting this to run. I think we're missing something. But something on my side that's not running. I have a feeling it's because we need this. Let's do canvas. But we don't need the canvas everywhere right now. If I hit play, still no. And, real quick though, clicking is not activating the tile. I added a debug, do test, and it's not firing from the tile and the on mouse down. Do I need to add the old input system? Or UI functionality via the event system? Something ain't right, folks. It does have a collider. It needs to not be a trigger. It needs to cover the sprite. All right, let's double check that first. Alright, so this should be right, but a box collider we already added. Not trigger, covers the sprite, all that. Let's check that all out first. So we get here, we go to a tile. Sir. Box collider. Sorry, I need to be able to see you. There we go. Okay. We have a box collider. It is not a trigger. It covers the tile. So that is not the problem. It has the tile controller on it. We're good there. Okay. That's not it. Your camera must have a physics raycaster. For omnichannel, Unity uses fixed characters, not the UI. The camera must be tagged as main camera. So double tagged as main camera. Camera set disabled. It's not hiding behind UI blocking clicks. Okay, so to double check, we're going to go to the canvas. We're going to disable the canvas. We don't need it right yet. And the camera needs to be a main camera. And double check that it wasn't that I had the canvas in the way. They're all getting hint numbers, which is nice, but they're not changing colors when I click on them. They're not revealing. Reveal. 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 And none of that's happened. If you have a canvas with or anyway, don't cover the bar, it will block mouse clicks. Right, turn that off. Enable a canvas. Did that. Click a tile. Or it's block. Nope. Your project has new input system enabled, old disabled, but on mouse will not fire. That's what I said. That's how I started my request, Mr. AI Copilot, with that question. You could have saved me some time here by saying, yes, you need the old system. I build profiles. Okay, I'm a creature of habit, and until it's taken out of my cold dead hands, or they show me a really good reason to not use it, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to say the old system. Apply, save. It has to restart the project, but it's okay. I'm getting a chitty chat from my wifey wife. Can you do me a favor? It's too fun, so okay. Definitely not gonna be able to finish this in one go today. We're gonna have to help us jump in. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a thing. Excuse me, Mr. Project Sir. I just did that. Out of the shadows. Out of the shadows. I love when I start something to have to turn around and start something because I just started something, so now I gotta start the something. I'd like to at least get the tiles popping and changing and all that in one session. What did I put myself on when I did this, by the way? Gaming? It's okay. Alright, finally. We can close this. We can close this. We can close this. We can hit play. Oh! Okay. Yay, we found all 3 bones. Except it's doing what I said it shouldn't do. It's doing a reveal all. And I don't want it to reveal all. Okay. I only want it to reveal 1. Alright, so let's go back and fix that. Alright. Clarification on game rules. Now that it's working, it was that I needed the old input system. I see that the default behavior is to clear all connected 0 tiles when we click a 0 tile. I do not want that to happen. We should only clear the 1 0 tile. We save clearing the 0 cluster for a power-up. Alright, so we're going to rewrite the revealing the tiles a little bit. It's going to be like 2 functions. It might not even actually. Yeah, see. Reveal 0 cluster. Here's the updated version of normal reveal. Double click the right. Sure, open. Reveal. Am I looking at the right thing? What's it supposed to be looking at? Normal reveal. Normal reveal. Normal reveal. Normal reveal. Normal reveal. There. Save. There. So now we can test. Oh, I found a bone on the first click. Uh-oh. See, and this should be the stress. Okay. Run is 1. Run is 1. So, I know it won't be any of these because I'm a smart doggy. Oh, man. Oh! So it's somewhere around here. Ha! Oh. Ha! Yeah, I found it. There. Oh. There. Ooh. There. Oh, okay. If that one's there, it could be there. It could be anywhere. Oh. It's darker. Must be near 2. Woo-tang. 2. Yeah, okay, so that'll show us that later. So this is near 2, so it's definitely around one of these. Oh, that's a 0, so it's not there or there. It's not there. It says here or here. Oh! There. Yeah! Is that how many that were hidden? 3, yep. And that took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 guesses. I think. Thanks for dropping in. That would have been 21 guesses. How did I do this math before? 21. There's a whole math formula I worked out earlier. It would have been total, so 9 times 9 is 81. Divide that in half. So 40. No, you need a quarter of it. So 20. Plus, so 23. I would have only had 2 guesses left. So I'll do play testing and decide how many that works out for. But yeah. Okay. I think. Alright, yeah. I gotta go help with something. So I'll be back on later. I'm gonna call it for now. And we will we'll have some fun later. Okay. So I need to boom. Okay. I'll catch everybody later. There's where you can catch me and when I'm on. But I'll catch y'all in a little bit when we work on this a little more.